Is your magic meter running low? Well, we've got a cure for you. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePauli, and welcome to the House of Mouse headlines for the week of February 23rd, 2020, brought to you by laughingplace.com, your up-to-date resource for the latest Disney news every day of the week. In this week's news, a new look for Cinderella Castle, Onward characters coming to the parks, changes on Broadway, and more, so let's get to it.
Hear the latest news from the Walt Disney Company in today's House of Mouse headlines.
This week, Walt Disney World announced that the iconic Cinderella Castle at Magic Kingdom would be receiving a refurbishment. When the makeover is complete, the castle will feature a darker shade of blue on its turrets, as well as shiny, golden touches according to concept art that was released. However, the structure and design of the castle will remain mostly the same. Work on the refurb is expected to begin soon and will continue through the summer season. Also, at Magic Kingdom Park, it's been revealed that the park will be adding an extra feature to its Disney Villains After Hours events. As of this past Friday, the Diamond Horseshoe Saloon will offer a lounge experience where guests will be able to enjoy tasty villainous treats and an assortment of specialty beverages. These offerings will only be available during the 3 event-exclusive hours. Disney Villains After Hours runs on select nights at Magic Kingdom between now and July 10th. With so much Star Wars coming into the parks, it's always a bit surprising when something leaves. However, that's what's happening with Star Wars: A Galaxy Far, Far Away at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The show, which featured numerous characters from the Star Wars universe, performed for the last time on February 22nd. Notably, the stages used for the show were placed directly in front of the Chinese theater, where Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will be opening in just over a week's time. Of course, there's still plenty for Star Wars fans to find in the park, including Launch Bay and a little planet called Batuu. The beloved park Epcot now is getting a new name. Well, sort of. This week, Walt Disney World confirmed that the park's moniker would move to an all-caps stylization instead of the current lowercase. This change pays slight homage to the original Epcot Center name and the acronym behind it, as demonstrated by the new logo that's been used on park construction walls and other materials. However, for the time being, Walt Disney World sites and apps still use the lowercase stylization, but with the Disney Parks blog noticeably embracing the all-caps, expect to see this become the standard as we near a new version of the park. In the Season 7 premiere of the House of Mouse headlines, I mentioned that a new restaurant opening at Epcot would feature none other than Sam Eagle. Well, this past week, the Regal Eagle Smokehouse officially opened, and as expected, it includes a few fun nods to the Muppet crew. For example, if you look on the walls at the eatery, you may find images depicting barbecue Prime Master competitors Ralph, Janice, Gonzo, and Bobo, along with judging sheets penned by Sam himself. Next door, you can also pick up exclusive merchandise emblazoned with Sam Eagle and the restaurant's logo. So the next time you're in Epcot and have a hankering for barbecue, remember, dining at the American Adventure is distinctly patriotic. For the past 2 years, the Disney Channel Fan Fest has brought various Disney Channel stars and activities to the Disneyland Resort. This year, not only will the event be returning to the West Coast, but will also be heading to Walt Disney World. In Anaheim, this year's Fan Fest will be held at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure on Saturday, May 9th. Then the festivities will continue as part of the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival on the weekends of May 16th and 17th, May 23rd and 24th, and May 30th and 31st. Guests attending any of the Disney Channel Fan Fest events will have the opportunity to mingle with the casts from some of their favorite Disney Channel shows and films, including Zombies 2, Gabby Duran and the Unsittables, Raven's Home, Just Roll With It, and more. At the Disneyland Resort event, there will also be Learn to Draw sessions with creators from hit Disney television animation series Big City Greens, The Owl House, and Amphibia. Additionally, attendees will get a sneak peek at the upcoming Disney Channel original movie Upside Down Magic, enjoy Descendants and Zombies-themed dance parties, and perhaps snap a photo op with some of the network's stars. Of course, there are plenty of other activities in store for both coasts, so be sure to stay tuned for more details in the coming weeks. With Pixar's Onward journeying into theaters this March, the film's main characters Ian and Barley Lightfoot will soon arrive at select Disney parks. The teenage elf brothers will first appear during Disneyland After Dark Pixar Night at Disney California Adventure on March 5th, meeting with guests during the special event. After that debut, guests will be able to meet them at Pixar Pier. The duo will also soon be making their way to Hong Kong Disneyland to take part in the Pixar Water Play Street Party, although a date has not yet been announced for their premiere in that park, which remains closed due to the spread of COVID-19. Oddly, it seems that Disney's Hollywood Studios has been left off of the list for now, but a sneak peek of the film is currently playing at that park. Pixar's Onward opens in theaters everywhere on March 6th. In case you didn't already hear, Soarin' over California is returning to Disney California Adventure for a limited time starting later this month. Now the Disneyland Resort has announced special opportunities for annual pass holders to catch a flight on the classic attraction. On March 11th, 18th, and 25th, Disneyland APs will get an extra hour of ride time after the park closes. However, to access the attraction, guests will need to be inside DCA before it closes on those select nights. Similarly, Disneyland has also announced after-hours ride time for Indiana Jones Adventure on March 4th and 5th. Wristbands will be required for this event and will be available while supplies last. Plus, like with Soarin', APs will need to be in the park before it closes in order to enjoy the experience. Soarin' over California returns February 28th through April 21st. In more special event news, tickets for Disneyland After Dark Star Wars Night went on sale this week and quickly sold out. While the August 27th event will feature special entertainment such as a Star Wars-themed fireworks spectacular, galactic dance parties, character encounters, and more, one notable omission is access to Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. According to the Disneyland site, the ride will be closed during the event due to standard required maintenance time. As you probably know, the newest ride in the park continues to operate with a virtual queue only, requiring guests who wish to ride to obtain a boarding pass at the park's opening and return when their number is called. Of course, this procedure could change before August, but with these boarding passes being snapped up nearly instantly at both Walt Disney World and Disneyland, it may be some time before a standby line becomes part of the attraction. In any case, it seems that those attending the Star Wars Night event who really want to experience Rise of the Resistance will need to purchase additional admission and try their luck bright and early in the morning. If you're a Run Disney fan and happen to be a Disneyland Paris annual pass holder, then this week brought some good news. Participants in the Disneyland Paris Princess Run and/or the Disneyland Paris Run weekend who have a PhotoPass Plus annual pass will now be able to view and download their photos from the events. This comes as the resort is moving away from having Fujifilm manage their PhotoPass program to Disneyland Paris operating it themselves. APs will be able to register up to 3 race bibs online by visiting disneyphotopass.eu. The Disneyland Paris Princess Run weekend will be held May 9th and 10th, while the Disneyland Paris Run weekend will be from September 24th to 27th. Finally this week, a casting change in Frozen the Broadway musical has actually brought about a few other modifications to the show. With Mackenzie Kurtz and Sierra Renee taking over the roles of Anna and Elsa respectively, the show has also made some adjustments to its numbers. First, Kristoff now sings a reprise of his duet with Anna, What Do I Know About Love? Meanwhile, Anna's solo, True Love, performed towards the end of Act 2, has been removed from the production. But perhaps the biggest change is that a new duet sung by Anna and Elsa, titled I Can't Lose You, has replaced a reprise of For the First Time in Forever. Some other tweaks to visuals, choreography, and more have also been made. Explaining the change, director Michael Grandage said, "It was always our intention in terms of working in the shadow of the animated movie to make much further and much deeper the relationship between these two sisters and make that the absolute focus of the stage show in a way that you never ever veered away from that." Disney's Frozen is currently performing at the St. James Theater in New York City. That's going to do it for the news this week, so let's get to this week's Twitter poll. On this past Wednesday's episode, we talked all about Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, and we certainly discussed the boarding group reservation system. So I asked you folks, from what you've experienced, read, or heard about the Star Wars Rise of the Resistance boarding group system, do you, and your options were like it or hate it? 42% of the votes went to hate it, which means the majority of you, 58%, like this system. Now folks, don't forget to head on over to patreon.com/DisneyCTC to become part of the DCTC community. The next live stream Q&A for patrons will take place this upcoming Friday. You can join the live stream Q&A by visiting patreon.com/DIZNEYCTC. I'll be back this Wednesday with a new episode featuring an exclusive interview with the show director from Disney on Ice. Other than that, folks, have a magical day. Bye!
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.
Disney Coast to Coast is produced and hosted by Jeff DePauli. Learn more about the podcast and become a supporter at DisneyCoastToCoast.com.